rusted and just starting to dry crack, as you can see there. So I got new belts, but as you can see, they're definitely smaller, but we're going to try to run it because getting belts that are special for this machine probably not going to be ideal. So we're just going to put the 4 belts on here. I've got the cover already off. Pretty simple. It's got 2 bolts on the bottom, 2 bolts on top, and then 1 on the side right there. There's supposed to be another on the back side, but that one was already missing. Luckily they're welded nuts for those. And then the reason we got the motor cover off is we did spark plugs and I'm waiting on coils right now and then an oil change. The reason we did spark plugs and coils is pretty simple. If you look, that cylinder's dry, but if you look at these center 2, they're wet, and those are even the new spark plugs in there. This motor gets water down in there and freezes, so when you initially start it up, it wants to run on 1 or 2 cylinders until it gets warmed up. So I'm going to swap those out, and then now going forward, going to have to cover the motor each night, or else it'll freeze up. So we'll get started with getting the belts on, and because they're a little bit smaller, we're going to have to tighten them up a little bit, which we'll see how to do here by moving the whole drum assembly. So there's these adjusters on every corner. So what I'm going to do is measure this length here, push the drum back and make sure it's even on both sides so I keep the drum square so we don't have an uneven belt wear. But there's not just these on the front side, they're on the rear as well. So I'll need to measure and adjust the ones on the rear as I go. So for getting these 3 1 1/8 socket, got out a breaker bar, and we'll have to see if I can get these 3 up on top, or if I need just about right at 1 1/4 there to the top of the, and I can see I'm already off because on this side I'm at about 1 inch, so I'm already out of square. So I'm going to tighten up this corner first to bring this in, so this is at 1 inch. We'll see what we're at for belt tension at that point then. shot. See how she does. Worst comes to worst. It's not the biggest deal to just pull the panel off to do belts, and can do them pretty quick. Now that I've actually done this once, so we'll get the cover thrown back on. Again, it's just 2 bolts on top here, 2 bolts on bottom, and then 1 in the side. Change on this. It's pretty simple. You got your oil filter. Actually, firstly, you got your drain plug right down there below the dipstick. I don't know if you can see it in the light, but pretty easy to access to when you crawl on your bottom of the machine. And below here, that's where you got the oil filter. Pretty simple. Oil fill right here. Don't need to take the motor cover off to do an oil change, because it's got the access cover there for oil and there for your coolant.